Welcome back, everybody. It's actually Rod Shop. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done a walkthrough of the shop, so we're going to do a quick walkthrough and kind of do an update of some of the progress going on some of the projects. So here we have this nice 67 Chevelle. It came in originally just to take care of the original 396, but the 396 that was in it was in pretty bad shape. It was going to take a lot of money to rebuild and restore the motor, so the customer opted to go to a crate motor. So we have put in a 525 horse LS with a Tremec 5-speed. We've added the Holley front drive system to the front of the motor to help clean it up. We are also making an engine cover that'll cover all that up and kind of mimic the outside of the hood. The engine compartment was originally all black, flat black and painted, so we've cleaned up the firewall, painted it body color, and we're currently going back. We did receive a radiator for it, but it came in damaged, and so we are waiting on the radiator, a new second radiator. But that's kind of where we are. It's a nice little clean car. It's a little dusty. Our shop with the doors open gets a little dusty sometimes. We've relocated the battery back here into the trunk. And then over here we still have the 37. We're still waiting on wheels. They're been on order for a while, but just everybody's on back order. And got the door panels done, all leather. And then got the back of the car done. So here's some of the back. We got that done. And got the storage box made. Kind of tight around in here right at the moment. And then we've had this 32 Roadster that we built years ago for a customer, and he sold it, and the new owner has had it sitting in storage for a while and has started trying to drive it, and the tires are hard as a rock. They're 10 years old at least, and it also had a rear axle seal on it that was leaking, so we're currently replacing that. This is a nice steel-bodied Roadster. It's got a quick change in it, and it's a Richmond 6-speed standard shift car. You can tell it's been taken care of. Look how dirty it is. Bell-style steering wheel. It's a nice car. It's fun to drive. It's got canted valve small block Chevy heads on it, which the heads have been discontinued. It's quite a while back, but some really cool heads. And then the Pontiac GTO that came in for AC ended up having many other things added to it while it was here for the AC. This is a original AC deal, or GTO I should say. So we've got we put a stainless steel upper radiator hose on it, had to relocate the alternator and stuff, of course move a lot of stuff around for the AC. This is a nice little car though. It's also a standard shift car. Has the, I don't know if you can see it down in there or not. There's the under the dash stuff. And the controls, the new vintage air controls. That's how the kit's designed. As you can see, it's a 4-speed car, as I said. And the 55 Chevy, still kind of waiting a little bit. The Corvette is getting ready to get started on. The 57 Chevy's down on the ground. We're working on the interior a little bit on it also. You can see the engine compartment. Engine cover on it. You can see the, looks like it's high metallic, that's high dust. It's got Hydro Boost. Bumpers are sent out for chrome plating. We're waiting on those to come back. It's going to sit nice. Having to redo the carpet inside. The kit that we bought was for a factory floor, and we ended up making the hump a lot taller to clear the automatic that came with that crate motor. So I'm having to make the carpet from scratch now, and then we'll be putting it back together. The seats are done, the rear seats are done, the front seats are done. So as soon as we get the carpet in, we'll start putting the seats in it. We had one of the guys in the shop to do some work on Dad's car here. We got the sheet metal done on the doors, reskinned them, fitted them to the car, got the curvatures right, got the box rockers lined up, gaps are nice and tight. So this car's getting close. I told my dad we're going to actually start working on this car through the shop some just to get it done. It's going to be a neat car. So this is a new arrival, just coming in, 1970 Torino. This is going to go on an Art Morrison chassis with a Pro-charged Coyote and a 6-speed transmission. We're going to do a Pro Touring style car build on it. Kind of a body drop. It's a really nice car. Very little rust that we've been able to determine so far. It's in really good shape. Oh, you're alright. I'm sorry, Bob. The chassis is already here. We're getting ready to start ordering the other parts, so stay tuned and we will continue the progress on this one each week as this one goes. And as so much on other stuff, we're waiting on a transmission for this one still. It's an original 30s Buick straight 8 motor with transmission, and they're just not readily available. 30 Buick Speedster Roadster. And the 54 Cadillac is back in progress, and this is a dry sump LS9 that's going in it. We've had it wrapped up just to keep dirt and dust off of it. All the dry sump motor and tank go over in this area will be inside the wheel well. It's got carbon ceramic brakes. And they're Willwood brand. And the chassis was a special order by Art Morrison, designed and built to our specs to fit this 54 Cadillac body. So now that we're back on it, we're getting ready to finish up the Hydro Boost, reinforcing the firewall and brake pedal assembly right here. And it's offset. The actual pedal is way over here in the car, but the master cylinder and booster will be over here to hide it so it doesn't show. You can kind of see a little bit of what we did. like so. So this one will be getting back on pretty quick. You can see all the exhaust on it. It's all stainless steel, snaked in and out of the frame. The mounts for it. Then back here at the back we have a section off of it. We just had it off for temporary, and then we go in. It's independent rear end. It's Art Morrison independent. And then the exhaust comes up, comes back underneath the rear end, up in front of the tank, over the frame, down beside the frame. It will come out and it turns and comes out through the rear bumper like it did factory. The gas filler comes through the license or the brake light as original. So this one will be getting more completion on it each week, starting this week, next day or so. And then we have the green Mercury that we're actually doing test driving on right now. It's all air ride LS. So we got it running and driving. We're just doing some test runs and drives on it. Customer's going to drive it home, get stereo stuff put in it, and then it'll come back to put the interior back in it after the stereo's done. And then we walk up to the 56. We got to a good stopping point for a little bit. Give the customer a little bit of a break. Show you some of this metal work. You can see the engine compartment here. Brandon's done some really good work. All our guys do good work. Kenny, Brandon. Out in front of the radiator. The Hydro Boost up in there, which is inside the fender well. We have a bubble to clear the steering shaft. So the Hydro Boost, master cylinder, all up in there. Inner fenders look nice, clean, bead rolled. All that's fabricated to help funnel the air into the radiator, the engine compartment. Good stuff. Stainless steel exhaust all the way back. And then you get back in here and you can see we come under the rear end. Same rear end that's in that Cadillac, the Art Morrison Independent. And it snakes up in front of the gas tank, so it goes along beside the gas tank in front of, and then comes around the side of the gas tank, and right here at this transition it goes from 3-inch round into an oval. So now let me change locations. You can see here where it comes into oval, and then it bends around the back of the gas tank, stays oval, and then goes into a bevel, comes out through the bumper. To get to the fuel pump and fittings, it's a Rick's tanks, stainless steel gas tank. We've also widened the stock wheel tubs, redid the mounts. Of course, there's the dual batteries. So that's kind of where we are on the 56. We still got a few things to do up under the dash fabrication wise, and then we'll be fabricating the center console on it and seat mounts, some of that type stuff. But this one's real close to being ready for going into body work. It's going to be a nice little car when it's all said and done. And then the newest project was a 70 Ford Torino. This frame, in the first video I think you saw, there was a frame in a crate that stood up on its edge along beside the car lift. That is this frame. This is basically a special order or custom ordered frame for an from Art Morrison for a 1970 Ford Torino that's going to be getting a pro-charged Coyote, the Illuminator version, the 9.5 compression, with a Tremec Magnum 6-speed. So as you can see, there's no motor mounts on this frame rail or transmission crossmember, and the reason is, or radiator mounts or anything. The 70 Torinos were a unibody car, so we will be cutting the flooring out of the body and the front subclip off the Firewall, and basically channeling the body down over the frame. So we'll be cutting that floor out to the rockers and then reinforce the rockers, so the body, when it's all said and done, will be bolted to the chassis. And then we will position the motor height-wise and forward and back until we get it positioned where we want it, and then we'll be building the Firewall around such that, and we'll be ordering a radiator pretty soon that'll be large enough to cool the Pro-Charged Coyote with enough fans to cool the radiator, and that's what we actually will mount towards the first of the project, and then work our way back, and then we'll build the Firewall as needed. That's the only way you can get stuff in there big enough to fit and clear and keep everything cool. So he's doing an assembly of the chassis, getting it ready to put it down on some rollers, and then the body is actually over getting sandblasted right now at our friends at North Texas Customs. They do sandblasting, so they're going to sandblast the body as we asked it to be done. On this one, we have a gas tank already been ordered. So that's this project. It's a nice rear end from Art Morrison. Willwood brakes front and rear. We've got 12-inch on the rear, or 12.5-inch brakes on the rear, I believe they are, and I think there's 13s up front. So what he's going to be using this car for, that'll work pretty nice. So anyway, that's what's going on here at Saxy Rod Shop. We have quite a few cars still on our waiting list to come in, and we're in the process of getting all the T's crossed and I's dotted to add another roughly 5,000 square feet of building space on, hopefully with a good quality paint booth in one end of it. And let's see, what else do we have? Our shipping and receiving is doing pretty good nowadays. Upholstery, we could use a good quality upholstery guy full-time. It's gotten to where it's more work than I can do on my own and help run the place. So anyway, hit the like and the subscribe button if you haven't already, and we will try to start getting some more of these videos out. We'll have going to try to start doing a few how-to videos as things come up, also installation of miscellaneous products, stuff like that. So anyway, hit the like and subscribe, and thanks for visiting our site. And if you're ever in the neighborhood in the area of North Dallas, stop in and say hi. We'll give you a shop tour. Thank you.